immediate vicinity.
Somebody has put it very successfully into national consciousness, and everybody's talking about it now. But I think these public health crises, they can be created quite easily. I'm a very old part of Paris, right in the centre, and nobody among family or friends and the like has reported them. They're meant to be on the metro now, they're meant to be on cinemas, they're meant to be in hospitals, they're meant to be in cafes and restaurants. But perhaps I've just been very, very lucky.
Long may his luck hold, unlike President Macron, who had to convene a host of high-level meetings this week under pressure to respond to the problem. With FSN Spotlight, I'm Simon Marks.
To recap the top stories, the US has shot down an armed Turkish drone in Syria, according to the Pentagon. Police in Thailand arrest 4 men on suspicion of illegally modifying firearms and selling them to a teenager who went on a deadly gun rampage earlier this week. India has confirmed it's asked Canada to reduce its diplomatic representation in the country amid an ongoing row between the nations. And 20,000 children are displaced every day by weather-related disasters, according to the UN's children agency, UNICEF. That's the latest feature story news. Simon Gaitan reporting.
Don't forget, you can listen online too at kchw.org.
Good morning. It's KCHW 102.7, getting started on a Friday. And of course, it is your weekend edition of the KCHW Morning Show as we take you into the weekend on a Friday. And I'm so excited. We got a big show and a very, very cool guest. It's K.S. Brooks filling in for Chuck today. Good morning, Kat.
Good morning, everybody.
So one thing I don't know, Kat, is what does KS stand for?
K stands for Catherine, and I use Cat for short, and S is secret.
Secret. So you have a middle name maybe you're not too fond of?
Well, it's Selena, but kids in school made fun of me for that, so I just usually don't say it.
Oh, but that's beautiful. I love that name. So there you go.
I think it's a pretty name.
Catherine Selena. All right.
Yes.
So I like Cat, though. It's a much smaller mouthful for me. All right.
It's Kathryn, like the way Catherine Patton spells it, and they never spelled it correctly in school until on my high school diploma. So no one ever spells it right. So Cat's just so much easier.
All right. Well,
which still gets spelled wrong. It's CAT, and then some people call me Pat.
That's not good.
It's fine.
All right. So you had to get up early this morning. Thank you. Are you an early riser anyways? Because I know you're a busy person. You probably are.
I usually stay up too late, but so I like roll out of bed at like 7:30, like looking like the cat damaged something. But I'm trying to go to bed earlier and get up earlier. So
that's why I moved to Maine. No more getting up at 5:30 to get ready for the morning show. I mean, it's 10:29 right now here. I love it. I love it. And get up to have my coffee and chill and all that kind of stuff, and then start digging for jokes, and it lets you wake up a little bit. So that's pretty cool.
Nice. Have your leaves turned yet over there?
They have. And when I was getting ready this morning, I just didn't have time. But there's some on my Facebook page from last year. But it is absolutely phenomenal. And you might know I showed up in Chihuahua for just a day. And I came because my youngest daughter wants to move to Maine with me and my oldest daughter. So I flew in. I got to visit Val and Brad for a day. And then I came to the radio station, tried to fix a couple things, didn't go so well. And then I was on the road driving back across the country with my daughter in her car. And we've got to see some phenomenal fall landscapes. And the most impressive was New York. Have you ever heard of Virginia Creeper before?
I've heard of it, but I don't think I've
Okay. It might sound like a marijuana
seen
strain,
it.
but it's not. Okay, so it's a vine and it grows up
Well, I
the
was thinking maybe it was a dude in a station wagon.
Yeah, that's that guy, Virginia Creeper. It's a vine, grows up trees and out their limbs and everything. And in the fall, it turns bright red. So right now, when you're driving through New York, you have all of these trees that are still green with these beautiful red vines coming up all the way out the trees. They almost look like some kind of weird candy cane or you're getting ready for Christmas. And out the limbs and everything. It's phenomenal. And I actually saw somebody with one in their yard here in Maine. So I'm gonna over the winter I'm gonna try to find some seeds for these vines because I'd love to grow some of them. They don't hurt the trees. They are
Oh,
a native
cool.
species, so it's not
Oh,
not anything that's invasive. But you would love it with your photography and all the pictures you do. And then I love your aurora borealis stuff. So we're
thank
gonna
you.
we're gonna talk about all that in just a minute. Real quick, if people are tuning in this morning, thanks for being here with us on KCHW. Weather today in Chewelah, 74 for a high with plenty sunshine, 45 and clear skies tonight. On Saturday, 78 and 48. Sunday, 79 and 48. And sunny both days, Saturday and Sunday. Monday right now is cloudy with a 25% chance of rain and a high of 71. So that's the way things look right now. Visit with Kat a little bit before we get into our funny stuff. I hopped onto your Facebook page. Your stuff always pops up, your pictures, because I like them. So then I keep getting your pictures and stuff. But I was looking at your Facebook page, and you've just been awarded a Rising Creator Digital Creator Award from Facebook.
Yep.
So that's for all the videos you were posting through COVID, your funny music videos and stuff. Is that where that comes from? And your pictures? How does that work?
I have no idea. I just got a message from them saying that, and they said, share this. And I said, well, it's pretty cool. So I share it. I don't know. But I think it's if you share things and you get a lot of interaction. And I'm trying to remember what I shared that got a lot. Oh, the whale watch pictures. Though that got a lot of reaction. I think it's because there were a lot of likes and a lot of comments, things like that. So it was pretty cool to get recognized, but certainly wasn't expecting it because never heard of it before.
I have a buddy that is sailing from Hawaii back to Port Townsend, Washington, and he sent me a clip yesterday, there was photos of him in his boat sailing through the ocean, and a killer whale side by side racing him. How cool is that?
That's
It
amazing,
is amazing. But the way big fish have been lately, I'd be afraid he'd take a bite out of my sailboat.
right?
Yeah. But no, he was just racing him for fun. Pretty cool.
That is super cool.
All right. So you work at the Stevens County News Bureau. Your
So
staff,
yeah, that
yeah?
the staff of one. Now, a friend of mine said that because at one point I was working for the Statesman, the Silverado, and the Chewelah Independent at the same time, and so he said, "Oh, you must be the Stevens County News Bureau." So that's a joke, but I thought it was pretty good, so I put it up there. But yeah, still working for the Independent and the Silverado.
All right. And you're also, I heard a rumor you're contributing to KCHW News. Is that true? Or you're going
Uh,
to? Or.
I'm glad to. I just don't know how much I can help. I'm in a discussion group,
All right.
but I'm not,
Okay.
I don't
All right.
know.
Well, you're welcome to. We'll take all the
I
help we can get. And Levon has been doing a great job delivering
yes,
news, and it's something that the station has always needed. So, and I'll give hats off to Chuck for organizing this stuff. He's got lots of energy. All
yes, he
right.
does.
At first, I thought it was Undies Unlimited, but what's Indies Unlimited?
You are not the first person to say that. Um, Indies Unlimited is a website for independent authors and just, helping to show them that there is no limit. You can basically do whatever you want. And we started, I think, like 13 years ago, 12 years ago. Stephen Heiss was an independent author at the time. just starting out, and he was navigating the self-publishing process and was like, this is a nightmare. I don't want anyone else to go through what I just went through. So he founded the site. I came on and helped him as a partner because I had a lot more experience in the publishing industry, both traditional and self-published, than he did. And together we forged a site that was named by Publishers Weekly as one of the top 6 sites for authors in the world. And we won a couple of blog awards for that. But it's basically like a news magazine for people who want to independently publish. There's articles about writing, publishing, editing, how to find people to read your book and give feedback, things like that. It's got everything. And the thing is, now I'm running it alone, so I've had to kind of bare bones it. We have a weekly flash fiction contest that opens every Saturday morning. We put up a picture prompt, and people have to write a story of 250 words or less. On Tuesday, we close the entries, and then on Wednesday, we open up a little contest, which is a popularity contest. So we also offer an Editor's Choice Award. And at the end of the year, when I have time, I put it into an anthology. So all of the people who won Editor's Choice that year get published in an anthology for free. So it's a great way to build your resume as a writer.
Wow, you are so busy. All right. And that website, if you're curious, indiesunlimited.com. And just out of curiosity, with all your photography, do you go out and do professional photography for people on the side as well?
Yeah, I do. Money's a thing, and we all love it and we all hate it. And I don't like taking money from people, but at the same time, there's a thing called rent and food. So yeah, it's hard. Yeah.
And do you find, as a photographer and a writer, but we'll ask this question as a photographer, that people are always trying to get you to take pictures for free without realizing that? Other photographers that would grumble about that, or they're afraid to join a nonprofit group because people expect them to take pictures for the group for free and stuff like that.
I got asked to shoot a wedding for free.
Wow.
Yep. I got asked to shoot a wedding for free because they had spent a lot on the caterer. And I just said to her, I'm like, look, no one's going to remember the food 20 years from now, but your pictures are going to be with you the rest of your life.
Totally.
And if you're going to spend money on one thing, it should be that. It's like, I'm not going to do it. I photographed my fair share of weddings back when I lived in Boston, and no.
But I heard your drunk Uncle Bob will take them for you, right?
Well, the thing I suggest to people, and I get asked to shoot events all the time for free, like private events. And the things that I tell people is, if you can't afford a photographer, make a private Facebook group, tell everyone in your party to join that Facebook group and post all their pictures to it. And that way you have a board of different angles and videos and photos, and it didn't cost you anything. And people love sharing their photos, so it solves all the problems.
There you go.
And you don't offend a photographer.
Yes, don't offend the photographer. All right, let's move along this morning. Thanks for letting me ask you a few questions. And you're doing great work out
pleasure.
there. It's awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so busy. Moving on this morning, let's go ahead and go to our openers, where we try to maybe lighten up your Friday and send you on your way. And Kat, I think it'd be fun to send this one to you. Top 10 signs, and this is for the weekend, take you into it. Top 10 signs that you might be too drunk.
Well, number 10 is you have to hold on to the lawn to keep from falling off the earth.
Oh, that's a good sign.
Yes. Yes. Mosquitoes catch a buzz after attacking you. The back of your head keeps getting hit by the toilet seat.
Oh.
Might leave a mark.
Yeah. I gave my daughters this speech, as they got older, about drinking. And the question I posed to them, and I think it's a good one to pose to your kids, would you ever go into the bathroom and lift the toilet seat and put your face right on the rim and hold on tight to the toilet? And the overwhelming answer is I would never do that. And I'll be like, yeah, if you drink too much, you will, and you'll be happy about it.
Ugh,
All right. So don't drink too
awesome.
much. Yeah.
Now, okay. Number 7 is your idea of cutting back is less salt.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
I think margaritas. I don't
Oh,
drink.
oh.
In fact, back in Boston, friends and I used to go to the North End of Boston, the Italian North End, and they have amazing coffee and desserts and fabulous food. And so we'd go to one of the cappuccino cafes, and I got some tiramisu. And I guess they'd soaked the ladyfingers in a lot of liquor. And I'm staggering down the street with my back of my shirt up over my head, going, "My name is Cornholio." And one of the people had never been out, that much with me before. And she's like, "What's wrong with her?" And they're like, "She's hammered off the food."
Wow.
Yeah, I have zero tolerance. So when I talk about this, it's only from all my hard drinking hockey buddies in Boston because I couldn't drink. I was like the designated driver for everything, including bachelor parties. So I've seen a lot.
All right. Good for
A
you.
lot. And so I assume the less salt is margaritas.
Okay.
Less salt on the rim of the margarita. So anyway, maybe too much information. I don't know. But anyway, you can focus better with one eye closed.
Always.
You fall off the floor.
Sometimes.
The whole bar greets you when you come in.
Like Norm.
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 You haven't had a driver's license in such a long time that you have forgotten what one looks like.
That's scary.
Yes, it is. Also scary is if you drink so much, Roseanne looks good.
Oh.
Yeah. You don't recognize your wife or husband unless seen through the bottom of glass. And number 1 sign that you drink too much is you spend more time on the floor than you do standing up.
All right. But the best thing about being the designated driver is you remember everything. Yeah. All right. One thing I forgot for people that might be viewing online, Dave is checking in and says, "Way to go, cats."
Oh, okay.
And one thing we were talking about this morning, you're not broadcasting from your own home today. You're broadcasting from Brandon Hansen's house. All right.
This is correct.
All right. So have you found anything that you can share that may be incriminating to Brandon Hansen? Please.
Well, no, because I gave him some of it. So, he's got a lot of Star Wars memorabilia. But a lot of other people I know do too, so not really incriminating.
And I told Kat that I, in fact, all the way out in Maine, have some of Brandon Hansen's Star Wars memorabilia that he gifted me. All right. Great big poster of Endor and one of Yoda. So very, very cool. All right. Pulled this one out too this morning. Signs that your car might be a lemon. Motor Trend never mentioned a Chevrolet Caca. Passenger side airbag is actually Chris Christie crammed into your glove box. Oh.
Ouch.
Sign your car might be a lemon. 2 words, Tesla and Tesla.
Tesla.
Changing the preset radio stations from KCHW voids your warranty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oil spills on your driveway prompt a visit from Greenpeace.
Oh, God. There's nothing like the smell of burning oil in the morning.
I've had cars like that. Shh. Your car has spent more time on 60 Minutes than on the road. Disqualified from the Soapbox Derby for lack of structural integrity. That's
God.
That's all vehicles on the East Coast. I got so spoiled because I love cars and I love flipping cars, and you can't do it here because anything that's affordable or say below $6,000 is totally covered in rust. So you can't even buy one to really fix up, but you can put it in a Soapbox Derby. All right. Telltale green and yellow make blue Ziploc seals on the airbags. You've already got the jaws of life in the back seat.
Oh my God.
Your hood ornament is an ostrich with its head in the sand.
Oh.
All right. When you sit behind the wheel, a nerdy billionaire voice asks, "Where do you want to go?" Sorry, Elon. And the last one, just one word. Sign your car as a lemon. Volkswagen.
Oh. I know a lot of people who would argue with that.
All right, let's go back and forth on these next ones. These are kind of fun. All
Sure.
right. And you can kick it off. These are McDonald's food ideas I came up with last night.
Oh my God. Scott.
I'm sorry.
Chicken McBobbits. Oh my.
You didn't know what you were in for when you said that you do the show this morning, huh?
It's all good.
Salmon McNilla. I don't know if that's a drink or a food.
I don't know, but sounds icky.
Yeah.
Tom and Roseanne Together Forever Value Meal. Ouch.
The Shirley MacLaine burger.
That's cute.
That's cute. All right.
Mick Menudo.
Something no one wants to listen to or eat.
This is a good list if you're on a diet.
Yeah.
Not wanting food now.
Perhaps they might offer the filet-o nanoplastic fish.
Some people might be interested in the Way Too Happy Meal.
I've seen those people. Not to be passed up by the Lion King hairball Happy Meal.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I am not sure this isn't actually offered by McDonald's. They ain't nuggets.
New this week only, Rocky Mountain McOysters.
McSpleen. I'd like to know what animal that spleen is out of.
The McSpleen.
But McSpleen.
For those that don't like the Way Too Happy Meal, we now have the Depressed Meal.
God. And they say it's an old favorite, the McTanya Club sandwich.
Oh.
Looks like a baseball bat.
Just in time for Halloween, the Filet-O-Flesh. Oh. I dare somebody to go to McDonald's in Colville and order that at the window. I heard you had a new Halloween special. Can I have a Filet-O-Flesh? Yeah.
I'm sure they will get a blank stare.
All right.
I went to the Human Bean in Coeur d'Alene once, and when I pulled up to the window, I asked if Human Bean meant that the coffee beans were roasted over the smoldering bodies of my enemies, and she just kind of stared at me and said no. So, yeah, I don't know. But number 16, available in Oregon only, mixed shrooms.
And man, I can't get out of the driveway. Here's a creepy story for Kat. Remember when I left town and they had that roast for me, and you had that T-shirt made with me on the front of it that said "I'm too sexy for my shirt."
Yeah.
And Marion wears it every night.
Yeah, I was kind of right. So there you go.
Yeah. All right, cards you want to see in Hallmark. We're going to go back and forth on these two. First one, congratulations on your wedding day. Too bad no one likes your wife.
Oh, ouch. All right, number 2. How could two people as beautiful as you have such an ugly baby?
You know, this is the sad part is people that know me really well know that these are the kind of cards I give out. All right, I've always wanted to have someone to hold, someone to love, and after meeting you, I've changed my mind.
That's awesome. All right, number 4. I must admit you brought religion in my life. I never believed in hell till I met you.
Ouch.
Can't argue with some of these.
Yeah, one of those friends. All right. Looking back over the years that we've been together, I can't help but wonder, what was I thinking?
Yep. And as the days go by, I think of how lucky I am that you're not here to ruin it for me.
Oh. We're going to
I'm
classify.
not seeing,
Go
I'm
ahead.
not seeing anything wrong with these. Just not.
Well, you will this one, okay?
Uh-oh.
Okay. This is a great card. If I get one thing for Christmas, I hope it's your sister.
Oh, oh my gosh. Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Ow.
All right, number 8. I'm probably anticipating no one will argue with this either.
Okay.
As you grow older, Mom, I think of all the gifts you've given me, like the need for therapy.
Oh, ow. 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 Thanks for being part of my life. I never knew what evil was before.
Wow. Okay, number 10. Congratulations on your promotion. Before you go, would you like to take this knife out of my back? You'll probably need it again.
Ouch.
Oh, doggy dog out there.
It is. Someday I hope to get married, but not to you.
I like that one. That's good.
That's a way to end the relationship, I guess.
Oh, this one. Can we say this on the radio? Sorry things didn't work out, but I can't handle guys with boobs that are bigger than mine.
Huh. Luckily, I've never heard that one, but I did have a girl tell me once she wouldn't date me because my hair was longer than hers.
That's weird.
Yeah. That's,
By the way, your hair looks fabulous.
Thank
I love
you.
it.
Thank you.
Yes.
All right. I want to be in one of your videos as Fabio.
We can work on that.
All right. This is another Hallmark card you won't see. Happy birthday. You look great for your age. Almost lifelike.
That would work in Hollywood with some of the plastic surgeries that we see.
They're getting really bad. I don't know if you're a Star Trek fan, but they had the one movie called Nemesis where people were getting their face stretched. And every time I see somebody unveiled with new plastic surgery, it reminds me of that movie.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'll have to check that out. I haven't seen that.
I just kind of wonder if you could go up and like their skin looks so tight you could just thump it.
Yeah,
Just
God.
be worried if it thumps back.
Oh, ew.
Okay.
Alien.
Okay.
All right, number 14. When we were together, you always said you'd die for me. Now that we've broken up, I think it's time you kept your promise.
Isn't that one you sent out?
No. All my exes stay in touch with me. I don't know why.
Wow.
Don't know why. It's all right.
I knew the day would come when you would leave me for my best friend. So here's his leash, water bowl, and chew toys.
No way I keep the dog. The dog stays with me, man.
I think
Goodness.
Hallmark would get more business if they carried these.
Right?
Yeah.
And number 16, lucky 16. We have been friends for a very long time. Let's say we call it quit.
Don't want to ruin an almost good thing.
There you go.
Here's a Hallmark card for when you miss someone. I'm so miserable without you, it's almost like you're here.
I like that one. That's really good.
Yeah.
Oh, this one's brutal. Congratulations on your new bundle of joy. Did you ever find out who the father was?
You're such a good friend that if we were on a sinking ship and there was only one life jacket, I'd miss you heaps and think of you often.
That's harsh.
It is.
Just ask Leonardo DiCaprio. Oh, good. Number 20. Your friends and I wanted to do something special for your birthday, so we're having you put to sleep? Damn.
Uh-huh. All right. You're going to be so glad that I got the last one. Happy birthday, Uncle Dad. Available only in Arkansas.
Ouch.
Wow.
Oh,
Actual
boy.
real card, one of my favorites. I bring it up all the time. Sent it to my sister, and I had a picture of a horribly dressed little girl on the front of it. And when you open it, it said, "Remember when we were little, Val, and Mom used to dress us funny?" And then you flip the card again, and it says, "You can stop now."
Oh,
Yeah, that's great. Brother, sister,
That's
Hallmark
cute.
card. All right.
that's very cute.
All right, moving along this morning. 4 things you didn't know yesterday. Time to get edumacated with Kat Brooks.
Actually, I did know this because they make you do it in typing class. The sentence, "the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog," uses every letter in the English language.
I actually was asked by the teacher to leave the typing room permanently.
Why?
Something about being a disruption for the rest of the class.
Cannot imagine that.
No, for some reason I found typing hilarious.
That's funny.
People do this?
That's funny. Goodness. All right. So ants rest for around 8 minutes in a 12-hour period.
Wow, about the same as you then.
Feels like that sometimes, that's for sure. And I never thought of this. It's a myth that Coca-Cola was originally green.
We've actually had that story come across before saying that Coca-Cola was originally green. So I had no idea. We needed to fact check that.
I did not know. And let me see here. The strongest muscle in the human body based on its weight is the masseter, which is responsible for lifting up the jaw.
Oh, masseter. I thought that was a dog.
Right?
Yeah. All right. A few more facts that you might not know are actually false. Heart attack and cardiac arrest are the same thing. Heart attack is when one or more of those arteries are blocked and the heart tissue starts to die from starvation. If enough cells die, the entire organ dies. Cardiac arrest is when the entire heart fails to pump normally. So,
wow.
I thought they were different too. All right, this one been debated for thousands of years. Camels can survive in the desert because they store water in their humps. Their humps are fat, much like my belly. But the fat is what provides them with about 3 weeks of energy. Camels' kidneys and intestines are really the ones that retain all that water.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's just a little camel hump. Best way to escape a bear is to run downhill. You may get faster running downhill, but guess who else does?
Right. Cocaine bear.
Cutting your hair makes it grow faster? No. And shaving does not make your hair grow back thicker and faster. I don't believe that one.
I don't know. I was always told that it did. So this is interesting.
Yeah. All right. St. Patrick wasn't Irish. He was Welsh. Is there a difference?
Interesting.
All right.
I know that.
Dogs only see in black, white, and gray. Dogs are dichromial animals. So while they recognize fewer color differences than humans who are trichromial, they still see a variety of actual colors. But put that brown treat on brown carpet, they have a tough time.
Yeah, Mr. Pish loved French fries. Unfortunately, French fries are also the same color as fingers. And as he was getting older, there were issues.
That's when
it's true that the masseter is the strongest muscle because when he'd latch onto your finger, you could pick him up. Ooh. You could just lift him and he would dangle there like a crocodile. So yeah, there you go.
Back in the day when you used to be able to feed the lions out at cattails and without the fence in the way.
What?
They put a chicken neck in your hand, and I'll hold up my hand to the camera, and they'd make you put your thumb down like that, and then put the chicken neck in your hand and go like that, and hold the chicken neck and let the tiger or lion or whatever you were feeding pull it out of your hand. And they said never put your thumb up because to a lion that looks like a chicken neck.
Wow. And I can't believe you got to feed them. That's so cool.
Oh, it was years ago. And the most amazing thing was having that lion purr while I was feeding him chicken necks. It was amazing. And all that hot breath of literally moving your hair. You're just like, oh my gosh, he could kill me.
That's so
it was
cool.
Very cool.
Wow.
All right. A few things you didn't know. That red liquid coming from steak is blood. The liquid dripping out of the steak is actually mostly myoglobulin, which is a binding protein found in muscle tissue.
Didn't know that.
Yeah. Jesus was born on December 25th. The Bible never claims December 25th as the birth date of Jesus, but may imply a date closer to September. Christmas in September? All right. Oxygen we breathe comes from trees. The oceans are responsible for 70% of the oxygen that we breathe, and it mostly comes from photoplankton. So not true.
Wow, did not know that.
All right, another false one. Different parts of the tongue react to specific tastes. Nope, you don't have parts of the tongue that only react to a specific taste. It's your whole tongue. I never even heard that one before. And our last lie here is a duck's quack doesn't echo. Yes, it does. Everything echoes.
Why would people think it doesn't?
I don't know. All right, we're going to move along this morning and move into a little bit of trivia, and then we're going to cover a few events before we go to break. And you're all by yourself today. All right. Here comes the music.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
Yep, Cat Brooks today.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
Immediately, Cat.
Who dares enter the sacred and awesome presence of the everlasting know-it-all?
That's me. Okay, you ready for this? I hope so. All right, your first trivia question today, Kat. The average college student spends 2 hours a day doing this instead of schoolwork.
I would say, well, no. 2 hours of stress is probably not enough. And I think 2 hours of gaming is probably not enough. I don't know.
Social media. 2 hours of social media a day.
That's all? Only 2 hours? I would have thought it would be more.
All right. Your answers could be hilarious for this one.
Uh-oh.
According to a survey, 23% of people had done this embarrassing thing at work.
Oh, boy. Oh, farting is the first thing that comes to mind.
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
That was not it, but a perfect guess.
That was not it. And it's embarrassing.
Yes.
Oh, reply all to an email that was supposed to only be replied to one person and they said something bad.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Yep. Doesn't get any better than this.
Oh boy.
It's much sadder than that.
Oh, they cried?
Yes, they cried. Yes, crying at work.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I guess
that is sad.
You know, if you're going to deliver somebody some horrible news like their animal passed or something, wait till they're off work. Don't do it at work. Never deliver bad news.
Yeah. There's nothing they can do about it at that point.
Yeah. I never, even if somebody did something wrong, I never scolded them or reprimanded them or anything while they were working. You wait till they're done, or don't even want to do it before they start the next day, but you always wait till their shift's done before you talk to them. That's my, I don't know.
Yeah.
Just a thing.
That's a good idea.
All right. Nobody ever gets these. It's a riddle, okay? A riddle.
Okay.
Nobody ever gets these. It's a big chance for you. I can be quick and then I'm deadly. I'm a rock, shell, and bone medley. If I was made into a man, I'd make people dream. I gather in millions by the ocean, sea, and stream. What am I? I can be quick.
What was the first line?
I can be
quick and deadly?
And then I'm deadly. I'm a rock, a shell, and a bone medley. If I was made into a man, there's a big clue. I'd make people dream. I gather in millions by the ocean, sea, and stream. What am I?
The only thing I can think of is sand.
And that's the correct answer.
Whoa!
Why would you second guess yourself? Whoop, 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 whoop. All right. A couple more. Average one of these reaches a top speed of 22 miles per hour, and it's a meteorological event.
22 miles an hour?
22 miles an hour.
And it's a meteorological event.
At least a thing.
Hail?
Yeah. What did you say?
Hail.
You're really close. What is it when it's melted?
Rain.
She acts like I'm trying to trick her if you're watching her on the camera.
That's my thinking face. That's sad, isn't it? All
right. Joining Chuck Ritchie chiming in as well. We had Dave and Marion's here too. Thanks you guys for watching online. All right. Another question. What do the following states have in common? Connecticut, Hawaii, Illinois, Massachusetts, Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri, Pennsylvania, Tennessee.
Lots of syllables.
I'll give you that one. Lots of double consonants, but you were on the right track. If you're about to bite into a Gravenstein, what will you be eating?
Okay, I believe that's an apple, but Hawaii does not have multiple consonants. They have multiple vowels. Because I am a word nerd.
You that's right. Hawaii should not be in there. It's got 2 A's and 2 I's, but it doesn't have 2 of anything else. Look at that. You've corrected the trivia people. There you go. You're smarter than a trivia writer.
I don't know about that.
These are easy. Which came first? Dry cleaning or the clothes dryer?
Oh, that's interesting.
Tough one.
I'm going to say dry cleaning, though.
And you're wrong on that one. It was actually the clothes dryer. It was invented in 1799, but it was a hand crank tumble dryer.
Well, I was just thinking that people could hang them out on the line, so they didn't really need to invent a clothes dryer, and that dry cleaning would be needed first. But
so why would you not put them on the line and crank a tumble dryer by hand?
Right? I don't know.
I've only got 3 more hours. My arm's sore. All right, electric hair dryer, the perm. Oh, by the way, dry cleaning was 1845. So there you go.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Electric hair dryer or the perm?
Ooh, I would say the perm.
Electric hair dryer, 1890. The permanent, 1906. So pretty close together.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess maybe they didn't, they just curled and didn't perm back, like Louis the 14th.
All right, Legos or Lincoln Logs?
Uh-oh. No matter what I say, people are going to be mad at me. But I think Legos.
1955 for Legos, Lincoln Logs way back in 1916. So.
Oh, right. I second guessed myself. I should have gone with that. I just didn't want people to be mad at me.
The toothpaste tube or the toothbrush?
Toothbrush, I would hope.
Yeah, they've been using toothbrushes at least since the 1600s, except in Europe.
Just ask Austin Powers.
Yeah, baby, yeah.
Behave.
Toothpaste tube, though, 1892, which is kind of impressive.
Wow, yeah, it is.
All right. Here comes a big round of applause for Kat for playing trivia.
Being awful at trivia.
No, you're about 50-50. You're okay. You did okay. Nothing to be embarrassed about. Well, people post online if you should be. All right. Don called you a word nerd. A word nerd. All right. Moving along this morning, I do have a few events I want to cover as we go into the weekend. And, of course, the first one is, and if you know anything about these, Kat, feel free to chime in. First one I have is, of course, our wonderful Farmers Market, which takes place between 11 and 3:30 today in the Twiggle City Park. Only a couple Farmers Markets left. And next week's on the 14th, it is the 13th, is actual pumpkin bowling. Don't want to miss out on that. On Saturday, the Colville Valley Animal Sanctuary having their drive-through vaccination clinic between 10 and 12. They say it's okay to take your husband.
Oh,
it's a joke. It was just a joke. And then this is some fun stuff. Firefighter Olympics happening Saturday in the Twiggle City Park between 11 and 5. I was having fun earlier in the week because they needed volunteers. I don't know if they still do, but if you want to hang out and maybe, you can always use some last-minute volunteers of these things. 509-481-7064. 509-481-7064. You can do things like be a judge, be a timer, help in the kids area, support people in logistics, or be a helper and handler for Smokey the Bear.
Woohoo!
That's what I want to do. All right.
And then actually, they anticipate that will be over no later than 2.
Oh, they do? Okay. It's kind of changed. See, I knew you'd know something about something.
Yeah, I interviewed them, so.
Okay.
Yep.
Excellent.
Got it.
All right. So that 5 o'clock was a long shot, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Fire Burgers will be there, and also Fired Up will be there with tacos.
Excellent. So get some food while you enjoy the fun. One we saw here, we were just talking about Lincoln Logs and Legos. If you're into those Legos, and a lot of people are, Brick Builders Club going on at the Chewelah Library. This is coming up on October 9th. It's called Brick Builders Club, and it goes from 3:30 to 4:30. And you can create and imagine with Legos. And I believe it's open to any age, because I know a lot of adults who like to play with Legos, Brandon Hansen. Is there anything? There's a, like, in his house. Isn't there like a Lego Death Star or something like that hanging out?
I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, or like a Millennium Falcon. I'm sure there is a Lego something somewhere around there. All right.
I'll keep my eyes peeled.
On October 10th, there's several editions of this where you can join in. This is a US 395 in Chewelah public open house, which is kind of a strange thing. What's going on is the WSDOT Complete Streets Project is had some earlier open houses. Do you remember these? Okay.
Yep, I went to one.
All right. So that was about where the community could come in and comment about updates, right? Okay.
What they did at the last one was they asked people for information about like which ways they travel to work, what they think the needs are. Like, did we need more sidewalks? Did we need turn lanes? Things like that.
All right. So in person, there's one on Tuesday, October 10th between 11 and 2 at the Civic Center. And then again from 4 to 7 for the late night folks at the Civic Center. There's a Zoom-only one between 10 and 4. And all this information, because it's going to be too much for me to give out on the radio, is available on the Chamber of Commerce website at chewelah.org. So what's going to happen in this open house? Results from the August 8th community workshops that Kat's talking about. Proposed bicycle lanes and pedestrian improvements along US 395 coming through town. Proposed crossing improvements at intersections. And parking options along US 395 in front of the Chewelah City Park. All right. Are they still arguing about the angled parking and people backing out into the highway?
I don't know, but I keep suggesting that they make that angled parking, because if everybody parks just parallel, you can only fit like 6 cars, and if you put it, diagonal, you can fit like 20 cars. So
there is plenty of room there, because I believe they're painted diagonally, unless it changed after I left right now. There's plenty of room to back out diagonally because there's such a wide space without going into the lane of traffic. The problem with that is the guys that are driving these, club cab long bed pickups that stick out way too far. You guys, You're just in the way. Leave the truck at home unless you need it. If you're driving a big old truck like that, you better have something in the back or be going to get something, or you're just causing problems for everybody else. Sorry, truck drivers. Yeah.
Park on the side street, or it's Safeway or something. Yeah.
All right, jumping ahead to October. Oh, I should go back to the 13th. I know that Bradley's Taekwondo's having an early haunted house for Friday the 13th. All right, so put that on your calendar. Then we jump to the 14th, Hands Across Nations Dinner. This is an annual event, and they're going to be covering and sharing stories of their work in Africa and Uganda. They also have a silent auction. Anybody can take part in that. That door's open at 4:30. If you want dinner, that's between 5:30 and 6, and you need tickets. Those are at Acres Drug, Valley Drug, or at the door. Adults $18, children are $10. Support their work in Uganda. You can also reserve tables of 8. More information available, handsacrossnations.com. And that takes place at the Civic Center. I almost said the church. Yep. Also, that same day, during the nighttime, between 7 and 9, Stevens County Stompers bringing to Chewelah the Big Stomp. It is a showcasing the history of clogging. Show starts at 7 p.m. Chewelah Center for the Arts. Tickets just $15 each, and available at Acres, Valley Drug, and the Colville Chamber of Commerce. All right, so those are things coming up. Do you think I missed anything there? Anything that's floating around in your head, Kat?
Nope. We are filming. We're doing a Halloween parody music video shoot that same evening. We had a little article in the paper. Thank you, Brandon and Jared, for publishing that. We are looking for a few more extras. We're almost full up. We'd always love to have a few more extras for that. We need people in costume, and I have more details. If you want to go to the Northeastern Washington Film Group on Facebook, or you can email me at ksbrooks@ksbrooks.com.
That makes it real simple when you give out your email address, doesn't it? ksbrooks@ksbrooks.com. All right. So if you want to be an extra,
well, it's redundant, but it's easy.
It is easy. I like that.
Yeah.
One more thing I should throw out.
It should be fun. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off. It's that Zoom delay.
We're doing a mock Halloween party, and so what we're doing is just asking people if they want to have a real party afterwards. Just bring a potluck dish. So it should be really fun.
All right, Stevens County, I should throw this out because after next week, this will start on Monday, 16th through the 19th. If you want to volunteer to help in times of emergencies, Stevens County Emergency Management wants you. All right, they're going to have a training between the 16th and the 19th at the Northeast Washington Fairgrounds. If you want to participate in this, it'll go on from 8 to 5 each day. You must be 18. So it's a huge commitment. But if you want more information, let me see if I can open their PDF and see if they have a phone number on it. They do. 509-684-7563. 509-684-7563. You can also get there by going to stevenscountywa.gov and volunteer for Stevens County Emergency Management and help people out in times of need. That's a great thing to do. All right. If you didn't have any other events, so we're going to go to break, Kat.
Sounds good.
All right, we come back. Local birthdays all the way through the weekend. We'll take a look at some movies and a bunch more, but you got to come back and stay right here. Or you're the one. It works. Okay, I'm a dork. It's KCHW 102.7 Northern Lights Public Radio.
You're listening to 102.7 KCHW Chewila.
It's 8:16.
Your KCHW morning show is made possible by donations from Chewila Flooring.
Chewila Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chewila Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Dell Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at chewilaflooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at chewilaflooring@gmail.com.
Chewila Motel and RV Park. Chewila Motel and RV Park, located at 301 South Park Street in Chewila, offers 14 single or double rooms, each with a refrigerator and microwave, in-room coffee station, Wi-Fi, cable, and 58-inch screen television. 2 Airbnb options are available, both with full kitchens, coffee, and a 65-inch smart TV. They also feature 26 full hookup RV spots with 30-amp service. For reservations, they can be reached at 509-935-4763 or ChewilaMotelAndRVPark.com. Chewila Motel and RV Park, 301 South Park Street in Chewila.
Your KCHW morning show, made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock a full selection of tires, make glass repairs, offer towing, and have an auto sales lot on the corner of Highway 395 and Main Street at the light. For more information, you can visit the Auto Service Center at 806 East Main in Chewila. Find them online at godfearingbrothers.com or by phone at 509-935-6414. KCHW-FM thanks God-Fearing Brothers for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
This is KCHW, Chewila, 102.7 FM.
The Public News Service Joe Newscast, October the 6th, 2023. I'm Mike Clifford. Staff at a Starbucks location in downtown Iowa City voted to unionize, but so far no contract talks are scheduled.
The workers gathered last month with labor organizations to mark their decision. The store joins more than 360 Starbucks locations nationwide where workers have voted to join the union. The issues in the Iowa City location are not unique to the labor movement. Workers want better wages, a say in profit-sharing decisions, beefed up staffing, better health care benefits, and work-life balance. Iowa City Federation of Labor President Jennifer Shearer says the workers also have a safety concern being located downtown.
There were active shooter alerts downtown, and they've been told by management in the past that they're not allowed to lock the door during those active shooter alerts.
The employees have also expressed concern over sanitation problems in their store. Employees of the Iowa City Englert Theater also unionized this year and agreed on a contract that went into effect in June. A recent Gallup poll shows 67% of Americans support labor unions, a move that has gained momentum across the country among companies big and small. I'm Mark Moran.
The Starbucks CEO, Howard Schultz, has claimed the company hasn't broken labor laws and is willing to bargain with workers who have voted to unionize. Now from the Associated Press, the Biden administration announced they waived 26 federal laws in South Texas that to allow border wall construction on Wednesday, marking the administration's first use of sweeping executive power to pave the way for building more border barriers, a tactic that was often used during the Trump administration. And our Deborah Van Fleet reports the latest report on the Nebraska correctional system shows a decrease in the use of restrictive housing.
The Office of Inspector General of Correctional Services has tracked this and other prison practices since it was created in 2015 to oversee the state's correctional system. The use of restricting a prisoner's contact with others peaked at 423 in 2018 and has dropped most years since then to 216 people in August. ACLU of Nebraska Policy Director Scout Richters says although the progress deserves recognition, it isn't enough, especially when the isolation is for long periods of time.
Across the globe, there's a consensus that prolonged solitary confinement is torture, that it's inhumane, that it greatly exacerbates mental health issues and self-harm attempts.
The OIG report shows the number of people in restrictive arrangements for over 6 months declined from 185 5 years ago to 42 this year. In August, Nebraska Attorney General Mike Hilgers blocked the OIG from accessing prison records.
This is Public News Service. Many employers are hiring college grads if they can also show skills-based training, leading one Texas school to expand its Google Career Certificate program.
South Texas College is a recent recipient of the Innovation of the Year Award for elevating its online Google Certificate classroom. Computer science professor Nicholas Hinojosa says the award recognizes an effort to offer students upskilling and reskilling with what are known as micro-credentials. He believes it's helping with student success.
I have a couple of students that I know firsthand. They have gotten the certificates, and it's helped them move up in their position in their careers.
STC offers Google certificates in data technology, telecommunications specialist training, and internet utilization. I'm Roz Brown.
Meantime, Indiana is part of a new program created to help young people access early college credits, apprenticeships, and certificate programs.
Katie Lash, who heads the East Central Educational Service Center, explains Indiana already has a good grasp on the issue.
And the good news is Indiana was already definitely involved in a lot of this work and by some measures, perhaps ahead of other states in how we have tried to approach these concerns.
The initiative is in response to Indiana House Bill 1002, signed into law in May, that requires schools to provide more career coaching and improve access to higher ed and training programs. According to the latest Indiana College Readiness Report, the state's college-going rate in 2020 fell to 53%. Just 5 years earlier, it was 65%. I'm Terry D. reporting.
The College Readiness Report found 1 in 4 women in Indiana chose health professions. 1 in 5 men chose business management or STEM career fields. Finally, Alex Gonzalez lets us know an Arizona-based coalition is calling on the Department of the Interior to expand the Cabeza Prieta National Wildlife Refuge, in addition to returning the Darby Wells town site to the Tejano Odom Nation.
Hiachero Odom elder Lorraine Marquez Eiler explains the proposal would transfer a parcel of land managed by the Bureau of Land Management near Ajo to the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service as a part of the Cabeza Prieta Wildlife Refuge. Eiler says Darby Wells and the cemetery have great meaning to her and Native stakeholders.
We do need a place where we could have our wakes, our ceremonies. Even though we do it at Darby Wells, which is on BLM land, it would be much better that we have our own place.
This is Mike Clifford, and thank you for wrapping up your week with Public News Service, member and listener supported. Here's on great radio stations on your favorite podcast platform. Find the trust indicators at publicnewsservice.org.
KCHW 102.7. We're back. It's Scott Allen and our special guest co-host today, the one and only Kat Brooks. All right. Thanks for coming back. I wasn't sure if you would.
Of course. Just needed some coffee.
All right. We start off this segment. We always do our local birthdays. And I am going to have to... Chuck sent me these on my phone because I don't have a calendar here. We don't have any birthdays listed on the Lions Club birthday calendar for Friday. But for Saturday, we have Shaylin Smith, Linda McKenna, Mia Danford, and Ken and Sherry Gisecki having a anniversary. And then for Sunday, we have Doug Stolp, Marlene Carpenter, and Austin Rolstad all having birthdays. Excuse me, that was Columbus Day. I have these backwards. And there's no birthdays for Saturday, but today, on Friday, Michael Gonthier and Elliot Peters both having birthdays. So if you see them around town, you know them and you love them, point and laugh and tell them we talked about them on the radio. All right. I want to throw out some special. I forgot to copy these into our cheat sheet for today. So I'm going to kind of wing it here on this end, Kat. But we do have some goofy holidays for today. And I'll take you through the weekend with these because they're kind of fun sometimes. First one is special events for today. It's Garlic Lovers Day. Just say no.
No, garlic's awesome.
Yeah, don't smell so often. Awesome, I should say. All right, Kids Music Day, always fun and a little noisy. Mad Hatter Day. A National Coaches Day today. All right, all those coaches. If you like your Canadian suit, it's Denim Day. Get a denim jacket. It's called a Canadian denim jacket, denim shirt, denim pants. That's a Canadian tuxedo.
Right. Oh my gosh.
All right. It's Noodle Day. Love them noodles. It's Plaid Your Day, where everybody should be wearing plaid. On a serious note, World Cerebral Palsy Day, World Smile Day, German American Day, and National Diversity Day. All happening today. For Saturday, here's something you could get into on Saturday. Bathtub Day. Something you could get into. You're going to help me out here a little bit. Bad lap. Okay.
Yeah, you're on your own with that one.
Okay. It's Flower Day, something everybody should practice. Forgiveness and Happiness Day. It's also Frappe Day.
Ooh.
Inner Beauty Day. All right. You Matter to Me Day.
Shouldn't that be every day?
It should, but I don't think it is.
That's too bad.
All right. Sunday, Touch Tag Day. International Lesbian Day. Off-Road Day. Fluffer Nutter Day.
I didn't know that had a day. I didn't know it was still a thing. It's delicious, but I didn't know it was still a thing.
It's got its own day. Pastor Appreciation Day, Pierogi Day, Universal Music Day, Hero Day, and World Octopus Day. Kind of scary.
Aww.
All right. Let's see. One of the scary numbers of the day is 24 million passports issued by the U.S. State Department in the just concluded fiscal year. It is a new record and an example of how many people want to get out of this country. 24 million passports.
Sounds like it.
Wow. Old record 21 million. So, I mean, they really, really shot past it.
All right. I wonder where everybody's going.
Yeah. A few news stories on the lighter side. We're going to go to Kat to kick this off. Tell us about that Powerball that's coming up. I want to know the latest because I have tickets.
Well, I am looking for that. On the lighter side, is that the name of it?
No, News and Nuggets.
News and Nuggets. Oh, my goodness.
Kind of in the middle.
Kind of in the middle. I got News and Tech. I got News and Nuggets.
Above that.
It is $1.4 billion. Billion. The Powerball lottery game has reached a $1.4 billion jackpot after no winners were produced for the 33rd consecutive drawing. The largest Powerball jackpot ever awarded was $2 billion on November 7th, 2022. The cash option for the jackpot is $643.7 million. Wow, that would solve a lot of problems.
Wouldn't it?
Maybe U.S. government should be entering this.
Me and Marion were talking about it since we had tickets, and if you take that number of the cash payout, $643 million, that means, I mean, just if you want to like trim things off, you could give 43 of your friends $1 million and still have $600 million left.
That is true.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I need to go play tonight.
Yeah, I would give the radio station $1 million and say, hire someone else to do all the paperwork. I'm done.
No. Yeah, no kidding. I would definitely donate to the radio station if I won that.
There you go. All right. And if you're listening and you're a millionaire, why not?
Yes.
Why not?
Yes, I also know some local filmmakers who need funding. So
there you go. See, all sorts of people to take your money or help.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yes.
Keep going, Kat, and tell us why women feel the least attractive on Mondays.
Because every day is Monday. No, because have you ever felt like some days you just looked better than others? Women over the age of 18 revealed that whether you live in cities or rural areas, and despite their ages, women feel their least attractive on Mondays, late at night and early in the morning.
Wow, it's horrible.
I know, right? Women feel the best about their appearances for a mere 3 hours a day between the hours of noon and 3 p.m.
Huh.
Wow, that's sad.
Why just those times?
I don't, maybe lunch? I don't know. I always feel like I look better after a lot of chocolate. Maybe that's it. I don't know.
Well, feeling better is looking better, isn't it?
It's not how you feel. It's how you look, darling. And you look marvelous.
All right. Here's a scary one from the University of New Mexico. It reveals that drinking water consumed by millions of Americans potentially contains toxic contaminants that could cause cancer. Like we didn't already know this. Minority communities and those on tribal lands are particularly at risk. The contaminants include arsenic, fracking fluids, lead, nitrates, chlorinated disinfection byproducts, PFAs, and uranium. Now that's even locally up in Wellpennant. I mean, for years they were talking about the problems in the water up there. Many of those substances known carcinogens. Forget about the microplastics. We got enough problems? No. Wow.
No. Gosh. Yeah. No. That's scary. Oh, well, here you go. This one's just for me. A photographer stumbles upon cow carcasses on a rooftop. That's all in a day's work.
Yes.
A photographer specializing in abandoned buildings came across a shocking sight while scouting locations in southwestern Utah even. Hull, I guess his name is Hull. Hull discovered an abandoned property with several cow carcasses scattered around, including on top of a small home. The Utah Department of Agriculture was notified and no missing cattle or suspicious activity have been reported. Authorities said the cattle would have had to be dead in order to be placed on top of the roof of the building. The photographer, Stephanie Hull, described the scene as shocking and observed that the property has been abandoned for several years. The exact location of the property is being kept secret to prevent further damage. It's the answer is simple. It's clearly aliens.
Who else would put a cow?
I mean, they beamed them up when they were done with them. They beamed them back down and they just landed on the roof. Has no one seen South Park? I mean, come on. I'm just saying.
It's just an oopsie. I have a different theory. And anytime I have a cow story, I have to go to this theory.
Well, looks like the cows have come home to roost.
That's pretty much on the money right there.
Yeah, it's pretty much on the. They're just roosting. Let's see. I think I have a better one. Here we go. Oh, I do. All right. Favorite cow drop in right here. Gonna play it for you now. Get ready.
It's Apocalypse Cow.
Arthur, evil is afoot and hoofing it with dark gusto. Let's go.
I would not go out there, my little friend.
Apocalypse Cow is 50 feet tall. She shoots fire from her teats.
Quickly jump! There's fire everywhere!
So it could have been one or the other. It just could have been a cow roosting, or it could have been Apocalypse Cow. All right.
Wow. Apocalypse Cow, probably.
Probably. All right, in theaters and streaming this weekend. I'm really bummed out because I was trying to open these up. Usually you can open these up when we roll them out right from IMDb, and it is not working. So I'm going to try it one more time. First one, we don't even need the review for this one because it's just pretty much common sense. It's The Exorcist, Believer, going to be scary, right? In theaters this weekend, all right?
Yeah, I was in Andy's Sandwich Shop last night, and they were showing a commercial for that on their 13 screens there, and it looked terrifying. Let me see. I brought up Foe on IMDb, and it says Hen and Junior farm a secluded piece of land that has been in Junior's family for generations, but their quiet life is thrown into turmoil when an uninvited stranger shows up at their door.
Okay, so it could be a little scary too. All right, well, maybe you can pull this one up. The next one, The Burial, which is in theaters this weekend.
The Burial. Let me see. That has Jamie Foxx and Tommy Lee Jones.
Ooh.
And there we go. It finally opened. Inspired by true events, a lawyer helps a funeral home owner save his family business from a corporate behemoth, exposing a complex web of race, power, and injustice.
Ooh, okay. So not really going with the title there for being scary. I was thinking that maybe it was a scary movie.
Well, I guess because it's a funeral home, The Burial.
Yeah, I guess. All right, The Royal Hotel, also in theaters this weekend, limited edition.
Julia Garner and Jessica Henwick. Maybe I'm old, but I don't know who those people are. U.S. backpackers Hannah and Liv take a job in a remote Australian pub for some extra cash and are confronted with a bunch of unruly locals in a situation that grows rapidly out of their control.
Okay. Coming up this weekend, too, on Showtime, the release of the Kane Mutiny Court Martial.
That's different.
Yeah.
That's with Kiefer Sutherland and Jason Clarke. Wasn't the original Kane Mutiny with oh darn, I can't think of his
Orson
name.
Welles.
Was it? Oh, I thought it was with the Godfather. What's his
Marlon
face?
Brando.
Yeah. Yes, thank you. I don't know why I couldn't
think
of it.
They both look the same.
Here we go. York alert.
So let me
Orson
see.
Welles, Marlon Brando, they both fell up the room.
This is true. And this Kane Mutiny Court Martial follows a naval officer who stands trial for mutiny after taking command from a ship captain he feels is acting in an unstable way, putting in danger both the ship and its crew.
Dun, dun, dun. That almost sounds fun. All right, another.
Oh, maybe he was in Mutiny on the Bounty, not Kane Mutiny.
There
I'm
you
sorry.
go. That's right. You're right.
There you go.
All right, Pet Sematary, Bloodlines. That sounds like a scary one.
Oh, the worst part of the original was when Fred Gwynn, the guy who played Herman Munster, he was in that. I loved him. They cut his ankle. I think they cut his ankle, and then didn't he get his the fleshy part between your finger and the thumb? Didn't they cut that? I was like traumatized by that.
Forget about burying your pet and having it come back to life.
Yeah, I know, but
all right.
Yeah, but then she buries the kid, doesn't she, or something? That's just disturbing.
Yeah.
Oh
disturbing,
wow, hey. So Pet Cemetery is Ludlow, Maine. So near you, There you go.
Okay. And then the last one I see new on Prime Video for this weekend, Totally Killer, as we wrap up our little entertainment section here. And that one, none of those are popping up on my computer. It doesn't like them for some reason, but there you go.
Yeah, I'm having to struggle to get it, but Totally Killer does not have any actors that I've ever heard of. Okay. But it says when the infamous Sweet 16 killer returns 30 years after his first murder spree to claim another victim, 17-year-old Jamie accidentally travels back in time to 1987. Determined to solve the murder.
All right. So there you go. We got a few scary movies. I figure there are probably more coming our way before we make it all the way to Halloween. Especially with Friday the 13th around the corner, you can just double up on that stuff.
You would think.
Yeah. All right, we're going to move on to our odd news as we wrap up the Friday edition of your KCHW morning show. Hang on, Kat. This is going to be tough.
Slap some bacon on a biscuit and let's go. We're burning daylight.
It's the world of strange. A world gone wacky.
Out here, due process is a bullet.
And some of the scariest people on the planet.
I think you're bluffing. Be afraid. You know, you look mighty pretty when you get mad.
It's your odd news on KCHW.
Just sit back and enjoy the show.
All right, we always kick off your odd news with the news attack, where the first sentence is true and the second sentence is a big fat lie combined with a really bad joke. Have you done these before, Kat?
I am not sure.
All right, well, I'll start it off for you, and then you get to repeat the same joke, the same one with a different joke, okay? Archaeologists say Vikings had windows in their structures. How else would they know when the neighbors were barbecuing a whole ox?
Oh boy.
Okay.
Archaeologists say Vikings had windows in their structures so they could make sure their battle axe matched their ship before leaving home.
See, mine was better.
Yes, yours was definitely better.
All right, let's try it again. 20 miles of new border wall will be constructed between Texas and Mexico, sponsored by Lego.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
You can get volunteers to do that, probably.
Probably.
All right, so for mine, 20 miles of new border wall will be constructed between Texas and Mexico with a Ring doorbell camera every 30 feet. Oh, there you go.
That makes sense.
Yes.
New word is added to the English language every 98 minutes. And here I am still trying to figure out how to spell restaurant without Googling it.
So,
Restaurant's
a French word.
Ooh. What's it
There you
mean
go.
in French?
It's a place you go to rest with your aunt.
Oh, that makes total sense.
Actually sounds better in French too. Restaurant.
Restaurant.
Well, you're close to Canada. They speak French there on that side.
Yeah, they're angry French. It's the angry version of French.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
It is. That is for sure.
All right. I think you're back up.
Luxury fashion house Prada will design spacesuits for NASA's upcoming moon mission. Coming in 2025 Lunar Fashion Week.
If you didn't hear it already, luxury fashion house Prada designing spacesuits for NASA's upcoming moon mission. NASA is changing its motto to infinity and beyond, but make it fashionable.
But looking good.
Well, they just needed somebody that would charge a lot of money because, the government likes to pay a lot of money for stuff. So
I would have done it for $10.
If I was in charge of NASA, Walmart would be making the spaceships.
Right? God. How about some, independent, we could open up the old, clothing factory in Chewelah and make them there.
Yeah, spacesuits by Dickies.
Khakis, yeah.
Okay.
Jake from State Farm will be the fashion consultant.
All right, you got another NASA one.
All right, NASA says our Milky Way galaxy has at least 300 million habitable planets, but ours has the most streaming channels.
We're better.
Be proud of. Woo, yeah.
All right, number of U.S. coffee shops is now around 35,600. Basically, if you break that down, 35,000 Starbucks and the rest of them.
And the rest. Yep. Like bookstores, Amazon, and the others.
Yes.
Right. And so, according to statistics, each year in the United States, police officers arrest around 5,400 kids under the age of 10. That'll teach them to color outside the lines.
How many of those 10-year-olds have guns? That's what I want to know.
Oh.
Because I think as a 10-year-old, you have to do something pretty bad to get arrested.
I would think.
Yeah.
Well, they have those little cars now that they can drive on the road, and I've seen videos of a cop pulling over a kid in one of those little Barbie Jeeps. It's super cute.
What's funny is I actually fit in a little tykes. Got my little miniature boat going in the back of it, and my little miniature camper. All right, here we go, wacky but true. These stories, we don't add anything to them because the idiocy is self-contained, but they will get a movie or television sound effect. Wacky but true, first one up. An off-duty Polk County, Florida sheriff's deputy has resigned after allegedly driving under the influence. Well, that and what happened when on-duty deputies tried to pull him over. He allegedly wound his Subaru Impreza up to 130 miles per hour. Do they go that fast?
Well, he obviously had to wind it up.
I'm very impressed.
Yes, wow.
Yeah. He had to go up to 130 miles an hour to shake his coworkers during the 15-mile chase. He also hit a concrete median, swerved towards one of the deputy's patrol cars in an aggressive manner, was finally stopped when a deputy performed a pit maneuver to make him spin out of control. 22-year-old officer was charged with DUI, multiple driving infractions, aggravated assault on a local law enforcement official, leaving the scene of a crash, and reckless driving.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's an overachiever.
He is. He had this to say.
I am what I am, and I do what I do. A few guys make shoelaces, some lay sod, others make a very good living neutering animals. I'm a cop.
Good job.
Well, then. Oh, my goodness. Well, here's something on the other side of the planet. In Slovakia, a dog was caught speeding in a comical incident that has resulted in a fine for its owner. The Slovak police shared a photo on Facebook showing the dog sitting behind the wheel on the owner's lap. The owner claimed that the dog, who was sitting in the passenger seat, suddenly jumped onto his lap during the drive. However, investigators did not notice any sudden movement in the vehicle when reviewing road camera footage. The owner was immediately fined by police for violating traffic laws.
Oh, man.
Now, if you're going to act like a dog, you got to sound like a dog. Now, let's hear you bark. Well, go ahead.
Couldn't even bark like a dog.
Jimmy Stewart. Yeah, Mr. Pish used to drive all the time. He never got a ticket.
That's right. All right, moving on. Officers responded to reports of a woman passed out on a sidewalk in the Villages, Florida. Florida. Officers arrived and found 53-year-old Carrie Grabber lying on a bench where she'd apparently managed to crawl. Police say Grabber became belligerent, screaming obscenities at the officers. Her husband then showed up and tried to take her home, but she kept yelling and jumped in and out of the car. Officers then tried to take her into custody, but Grabber struggled, and then pulled down her husband's pants.
Oh, my.
Officers were able to arrest her, and she spent 12 days in jail. And here's what her husband had to say.
I'm not wearing any pants. Film at 11.
Oh, my.
I hope they got that on camera.
I'd like to know what the heck happened there.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's all right. They can just bait us. And so now we're going to deal with an injured burglar that police say a man pried open a roof vent, rappelled down to a beam, and tried to climb down a plastic decoration. The attempt failed, and he fell about 15 feet to the floor, where he allegedly ripped cabinet doors off, broke a lock, and caused about $10,000 worth of damage. An employee spotted the thief with a butcher knife in one hand, a laptop in the other, and a wheelchair loaded with stolen items. The man ran off but was found by cops minutes later. Because he'd suffered injuries during the burglary, he was taken to a nearby urgent care, the same one he allegedly tried to burgle.
That's a
Congratulations.
Coincidence.
It's in the cards. Meeting me here is no coincidence. It's destiny at the crossroads. What's your...
All right. Another police officer, England, clocked a group of 5 cars on the highway speeding at more than 100 miles per hour. The cop who was driving a BMW managed to get them all to pull over to receive tickets. The 5 drivers were each behind the wheel of a McLaren 720S supercar, which cost more than $1 million each. How did the officer manage to get all 5 cars pulled over? He said, well, they can only go a few miles before they have to pull over and take pictures of their cars.
Oh my gosh.
That's right. Busted for selfies.
Why don't you take a picture? It'll last longer.
Oh, good old Pee-wee. Oh, too funny.
Right. Funnest story of the day. It wraps up today's odd news, and here's Kat Brooks.
The 77-year-old man from Florida is facing charges after allegedly buying erectile dysfunction drugs without a prescription and intending to distribute them in his retirement community. Reginald Kinser is accused of purchasing $1,800 worth of generic Viagra, which was shipped across state lines, making it a federal offense. The drugs were allegedly intended to be sold to residents at Florida's The Villages, one of the largest retirement communities in the country. Damn!
Wow.
An entrepreneur.
Yeah. And here comes today's montage from the old folks' home.
Here's 2-0. Yes, 2-0 to begin the training.
But then a man gets older and he thinks very differently and things get very clear.
Didn't even recognize him.
I feel 70 again.
Work that ab, baby.
Look at Mr. Smiles over here.
Oh my God.
Where's your wife, old man? What a Class A prevert.
This, my boy, there's no fool like an old fool. Wait!
Mrs. Matsuda's in the cafe. She's wearing something super inappropriate for an 80-year-old.
Are you broads a little old to be trick-or-treating?
As for women, I became indifferent when I was 83.
Boy, you really look good for an older guy.
There you go, today's montage, and that wraps up our odd news. All right, big round of applause. Thank you so much, Kat Brooks, for showing up and being our co-host for today.
Thank you for having me, Scott.
You bet, you bet. I hope you had a good time.
I did. I had fun.
All right, you can go back and watch the video, too, and send it to all your friends.
I already tagged them all when we were live so they would watch.
All
so
right.
It's already on my Facebook profile.
All right. Other than that, do you have anything you want to close with? Anything you want to tease?
I would say everybody show up for the Firefighter Olympics on Saturday at Chirilla City Park. It's going to be fun. Those guys and girls have a lot of fun and they test their skills. I was there last year and it was a blast. So come on down and support them and support your local firefighters who saved the city of Chirilla when SETI's was on fire. So that's pretty great.
That's right. And it is a fundraiser, so bring money. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Other than that, have a great weekend. Keep on listening to Northern Lights Public Radio. We are KCHW 102.7. Thank you, Kat.
Thank you, Scott. Have a good weekend.
You too.
I am what I am, and I do what I do. A few guys make shoelaces, some lay sod, others make a very good living neutering animals. I'm a cop.
I'm not wearing any pants. Film at 11.
Why don't you take a picture? It'll last longer.
Well, looks like the cows have come home to roost.